Once upon a time, there were brave and adventurous people called the Celts. Most people think the Celts only lived in places like Ireland and Scotland, but they traveled far and wide. Some of them even settled in a faraway land called Galatia, which is now part of Turkey. A long time ago, the Celts lived in a big region in Europe that included parts of Germany, Austria, and France. They were explorers and warriors, always looking for new places to call home. Some Celts traveled west to places like Spain and Britain, but others went east towards Greece. When Alexander the Great was the king of Macedonia, the Celts didn't dare to invade Greece. But when Alexander died, his empire broke into pieces, and the Celts saw a chance to explore new lands. A group of Celts, led by a warrior named Brennus, decided to march into Greece with a huge army of 120,000 warriors. The Greeks were very scared because they knew the Celts were strong and fierce. The Greeks tried to stop the Celts at a place called Thermopylae, a narrow pass between mountains and the sea. The Greeks had used this place before to stop another invading army. At first, the Greeks did well, but the Celts were clever. They sent a group to attack a nearby region, which forced some of the Greek soldiers to leave and protect their homes. This made it easier for the Celts to push through Thermopylae, but Brennus wasn't done yet. He found a secret path that let his army surround the Greeks. The Greeks tried to escape, but Brennus chased them all the way to a city called Delphi, famous for its temple and treasures. And when the Celts reached Delphi, something amazing happened. There was a huge storm with thunder and lightning, and the Celts thought the gods were angry. Scared and confused, many Celts ran away, and Brennus was badly hurt. He was so sad and in pain that he decided to end his own life. After this, the Celts were in trouble. Some of them escaped to a place called Thrace and founded a city called Tylos. Others moved to the Dardanelles but couldn't go further because a city called Byzantium blocked their way. But luck was on the Celt side. Across the water in a place called Bithynia, a king named Nicomedes was fighting his brother for the throne. Nicomedes needed help, so he hired 20,000 Celtic warriors. With their help, Nicomedes won and gave the Celts land to live on, which is where the city of Ankara is today. The Celts lived in this new land, which was called Galatia. At first, they kept their own customs and celebrated their own festivals. But over time, they started to adopt Greek ways, worshiping Greek gods and mixing with the local people. The Celts in Galatia became known as Greek-Gauls because they blended their Celtic and Greek cultures. Paul and the Galatians. Many years later, a man named Paul traveled to Galatia. Paul was an important leader who loved to teach people about Jesus and how to live good lives. When Paul arrived in Galatia, he found that the people there were very interested in what he had to say. Paul taught them about kindness, love, and how to help each other. The people of Galatia listened and started to follow his teachings. Paul was very happy with the Galatians and wrote them a special letter, which is now part of the Bible. In this letter, called the Epistle to the Galatians, Paul reminded them to stay strong in their faith and to continue to be good to one another. He told them that faith in Jesus and love for one another were the most important things. Paul also told the Galatians that they didn't need to follow all the old rules and customs to be loved by God. Instead, they just needed to have faith in Jesus and show love to others. This message was very important and helped the Galatians understand how to live their lives in a way that made them happy and close to God. And so, the Celts of Galatia lived on, brave explorers who found a new home far from where they started. They learned new ways of living and embraced the teachings of Paul, showing that the spirit of adventure and kindness can lead to amazing new places.